Imagine, a serial killer called the Riverton Ripper dies the same day you and 7 others are born. 16 years later, someone starts picking you off one by one. Is the Ripper back to claim the souls that once belonged to him, or is it one of you? Today I'm breaking down one of my favorite underrated movies, My Soul to Take, directed by Wes Craven. The movie starts out with a voiceover of My Soul to Take. His prayer was always creepy, so very clever to make a movie on it. A pregnant woman named Sarah watches the news and learns about the Riverton Ripper, while her husband, Abel Plankoff, works on a wooden horse in the basement. He trips and finds a knife, the same knife used by the Ripper. He argues with his alters about the knife, revealing he has some sort of dissociative identity disorder. Some of them beg him to call the doctor, while a new alter threatens to kill his family if he exposes him. Abel tells the doctor anyways. The doctor tells him to get Sarah and their daughter Leia out of the house. Unfortunately, Abel discovers that Sarah is already dead. The police and the doctor arrive, and Abel / the Ripper is shot by Detective Patterson before he can kill Leia too. As he's dying, the Ripper mutters, "I'll get them all next time." And he ends up killing the doctor. RIP doctor, you probably should have been better at your job. At the hospital, 7 premature babies are born at the exact same time. Sarah's sister, May, a nurse at the hospital, learns that her brother-in-law is the Ripper and he's killed her sister. The cops take Abel in an ambulance. Jean tells Patterson that in Haiti, people would say Abel had multiple souls, and if he dies, those souls would live on. The Ripper then stabs Jean in the neck, the ambulance crashes, and Abel disappears. Fast forward 16 years, a group of teenagers gather at the crash site and we get an exposition drop. I'm always thankful for these. We meet each of the 7 babies who were born that day: Jerome, Alex, Jay, Bug, Penelope, Brittany, and Brandon. Brandon explains that they might each represent one of Abel Plankoff's personalities and that the Ripper's ghost wants revenge for turning him in. He volunteers Bug to slay the Ripper so they'll all be safe for another year. They summon the Ripper and Bug faces off against a creepy puppet that Jay made. Though, the police interrupt and everyone scatters. As they hide, Bug worries they'll all die because he failed to slay the puppet. Alex reassures him, while Jay and Jerome argue that Abel could still be alive, maybe even one of them. On his way home, Jay spits in the river for good luck, something his grandma taught him, but moments later, a man who looks an awful lot like the Ripper puppet shows up and kills him. RIP Jay, his spit couldn't save him. At the same time, Bug wakes up gasping in bed, a possible psychic connection, or something darker. Bug then does some arts and crafts before bed while listening to the radio talk about the California condor. Interestingly enough, the condor supposedly keeps the souls of the dead creatures it consumes, a hint that Bug is absorbing Jay's soul and creativity. In the morning, Penelope prays to God to keep Bug safe, and we meet Alex's abusive stepfather, Quinn. Meanwhile, Brittany gives Brandon his assignment from someone called Fang to punch Bug and Alex tomorrow at school with specific pain levels. Alex comes through Bug's window and spooks him, and they head off to school. Penelope walks to school through the woods because apparently everyone's school route involves a stroll through the serial killer forest, and Penelope seems to know that something is going to go wrong today. At school, Bug's mom calls him on his new phone where he has his number, her number, and 911 taped to the back of it, in case he forgets the number for 911. Jerome's girlfriend warns him not to hang out with Bug and Alex on Ripper Day since it's bad luck, and we meet the evil mastermind of the high school, Fang, a teenage girl. While Brittany distracts the security guard, Brandon delivers punches to Alex and Bug, warning Alex to stay away from Fang and Bug to stay away from Alex. This is the second time Alex thanks someone for hurting him, so it's likely going to be important later. Penelope yells at Brandon, saying God will get you, and lets him know that he got the principal's daughter pregnant. She tells Bug to pray for their souls since he is coming. What if she meant the Ripper? And Alex teaches Bug how to fake confidence, and that's why Alex thanks his abusers when they hurt him. It's his survival tactic. In class, something takes over Bug as he performs his presentation on the California condor, while Alex wears the costume Bug made and vomits on Brandon. In the bathroom, Bug sees Jay in the mirror, and after, we learn that Alex is in trouble with Fang because he was spying on them. He wants to raise a revolution against her, so he has Bug plant his phone in the bathroom to listen in on Fang's conversation. In the bathroom, Brittany tells Fang how Penelope interfered this morning because she's obsessed with Bug. When Brittany hints that she might like Bug too, Fang tells her that he's been in and out of institutions his whole life and he's killed people. Alex reminds him of his lesson.
Thanks, Fang. It felt great.
And tells Bug to get his phone back. And Bug creepily mirrors Alex until Alex snaps him out of it. Alex asks Bug if he's really killed people, and Bug doesn't think so.
Not that I can remember.
In the bathroom, Bug also finds a letter to him from Penelope in Brittany's bag. Patterson and Jean, who somehow survived being stabbed in the neck 16 years prior, find Jay's body washed ashore. Patterson notes how odd it is that the Ripper puppet ritual was interrupted, and now one of the 7 is dead. He believes it's possible that someone could come back from the dead if they're evil enough. Jerome defends Bug from Brandon, who claims the Ripper will get him anyways. He briefly chats with Penelope and then has an episode where he quotes the other 6 Ripper Day babies. Foreshadowing. Penelope prays with the principal's daughter by the pool, then is attacked by the man in the Ripper costume. R.I.P. Penelope, somehow psychic, but I liked her enough. Meanwhile, Bug prays in the principal's office, telling his mother that the end is near, and the principal that his daughter is pregnant, before snapping back to himself. In this moment, he's channeling Penelope's spirit, just like how he consumed Jay's soul. The principal wants to have Bug, real name Adam, tested neurologically. Elsewhere, Bug randomly quotes Fang in the woods.
Bug's a lump of coal.
I fear we've lost the plot because Fang is alive and not even one of the 7 souls, but okay. Nearby, Brandon pesters Brittany for sexual favors, refusing to take the hint. She lures him into the woods and ends up running from him. She stumbles upon the old ambulance and finds Penelope's body. She thinks Brandon did it, but he's equally as shocked to find Penelope. Back in the woods, Brandon gets a call from the killer who claims to be from his past.
I'm gonna go to the church. Think hotter. Miami?
And he's promptly killed. R.I.P. Brandon, you won't be missed. Back to Brittany, who's killed shortly after. R.I.P. Brittany, you had potential but felt lackluster. Bug is coincidentally in the woods at the same time, doing some digging. Back at home, he tells his mom that he was burying a friend in the woods. It's okay though, it was just his condor. And surprise, Fang is in the house, and she's actually his sister Leia, the same Leia who watched her dad kill her mom 16 years ago. The police find Brandon and Brittany's body, along with Bug's phone that dropped in her purse when they were in the bathroom. Leia gives Bug a rocking horse for his birthday, which angers May since it was the one that Abel made. Leia lets Bug know why she hates him, because he was a miracle baby while she was a painful reminder. She also drops the hint that Abel Plankoff was his dad.
Take a look in the mirror, Bug.
Which he doesn't know. Bug tells May that he knows she's not his mother, but she's still his mom. Bug then opens his letter from Penelope, while Leia finds out that Jay, Penelope, Brandon, and Brittany are dead. She believes their father survived and is coming for them, so she wants to leave. While she waits in the car, Alex sneaks into Bug's window, and Bug tells him that Plankoff is his dad. Alex already knows, and so did all the 7's parents. Bug says Penelope's letter warned them that the Ripper is back, either as Plankoff who survived, or his soul is inside one of them. Alex thinks it's option 1, while Bug pulls out the biggest knife from his kitchen, leading us to think it might be option 2. But he hands it to Alex, who admits he killed his stepfather by accidentally knocking him down the stairs. Bug goes to get him a drink and finds Penelope in his mirror and the Ripper's knife in the sink. He hears a noise, finds Alex gone, and goes downstairs to find Patterson there to arrest him while May is dead on the floor. R.I.P. May, you shouldn't hit your kids. Then the lights go out and the Ripper kills the cop. R.I.P. Patterson, you aren't very good at your job. Bug fights him off, but the killer vanishes. Is he a figment of Bug's imagination, or is the Ripper really back? Leia pulls Bug into the closet to hide, so it seems as though there is a Ripper. Bug is clear of accusations for now. The Ripper attacks again, claiming he saved Bug for last. However, a noise from upstairs distracts him. Bug heads after him and finds Jerome in his closet, stabbed but alive. He says that Alex called him there so they could all be together, and then he dies. R.I.P. Jerome, he was cool, I guess. Alex comes back through the window and seems suspicious of Bug, claiming he might have schizophrenia like his dad. I don't think it was schizophrenia, I think that's DID.
I didn't kill anybody. Not that you remember.
I love how this movie has so many callbacks. It's cute when they do that. Bug realizes that the rest of the Riverton 7 are inside of him. He notices blood on Alex's ear, advised by Brandon. Jay says the Ripper was in costume, and Brittany runs a timeline that he'd have enough time to kill May, plant the knife, attack Bug, and stab Jerome. Alex lashes out and blames Bug, saying that they'll find the Ripper costume with his buried condor in the woods, and they'll come for him. That's when we find out that Alex is the Ripper, and I love reveals like this.
I didn't wear any Ripper costume with my condor.
Somebody did.
He offers Bug a deal that they can blame it on Jerome and become heroes. Bug refuses and stabs him, and in a heartbreaking reveal, Alex is back in control.
Thought that guy would never leave.
And this line, where's the biggest knife in the kitchen? Where it needs to be, will always be iconic to me. And R.I.P. Alex Dunkel, my second favorite tragic boy in this movie. Bug is hailed as a hero when the police arrive, called by Leia. And in an alternate ending, he walks down the road with the rest of the Riverton 7, now souls within him. A much better ending that they should have kept. Okay, and that was my soul to take. This movie never really kicked off despite being directed by Wes Craven, and it got some pretty bad reviews, but I personally love it. I think it had the potential to be as big as Scream, which was also cheesy a bit, but people loved it. I think that some found it offensive to people with the ID, but it's similar to the movie Split, which was very popular, but this movie put a supernatural spin on it, and I think it's really clever to have the personalities really be souls that are trapped in one body together, but at the end of the day, it's fiction, and it was entertaining. And Bug's spiral and confusion just adds to the mystery because we never knew if he had the Ripper's soul or not, and it's interesting to have an unreliable main character who you're not sure if you can trust despite seeing the movie from his eyes. And having all the souls reunited back together in Bug's body at the end is a nice touch. And Bug is my all-time movie crush. Him in that cardigan. My exact type. Subscribe for more recaps, deep dives, and more. Like and comment below what you thought about this movie. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.